Good morning and welcome to Newswatch Today. I'm Gabby Matthews.
And I'm Libby Lee. Shanghai's Disneyland Park shuts down due to COVID.
And we have more information on Alec Baldwin's fatal firearm accident.
Summer Roddershot is here with your forecast, and Ashlyn Reinhardt has your latest sports news. This is Newswatch Today.
Thanks for joining us this morning, and now we have Summer Roddershot to give us the first forecast. Summer?
Thanks, guys. So it is currently 32 degrees out there, and it was even colder last night. We had that freeze warning overnight, and it is still going to be cooler temperatures. As we see later today, our high is only going to be 52 degrees. But I'm going to talk about how nice our weekend looks in my full forecast later. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Summer. I'm ready to hear some good news about the weather, and I can't wait to hear your full forecast later.
Disneyland in Shanghai, China was locked down after one of its guests tested positive for COVID-19. The city's police and healthcare workers were called to the park to conduct mass testing of the over 30,000 park visitors. Workers were fully clothed in masks and protective gear while they rushed to complete the tests. Shanghai Disneyland will remain shut down for a few days in order to comply with China's strict COVID regulations.
42-year-old mother and cinematographer Helena Hutchins was recently shot and killed on the set of the upcoming film Rust after a firearm accident involving actor Alec Baldwin. Hutchins was shot in the chest after Baldwin reportedly fired what was supposed to be a gun loaded with dummy rounds but instead had live bullets. Hutchins and director Joel Souza were struck by the same round. Hutchins was pronounced dead a few hours later. 24-year-old Hannah Gutierrez Reed was in charge of the gun involved in the accident. Throughout the time filming, many crew members were concerned with her training and experience, as well as the lack of precautions and safety on set. Crew members also reported that 3 other accidents involving weapons occurred on set beforehand.
American Airlines canceled 376 flights and delayed almost 400 more, claiming staffing shortages and bad weather. Airline passengers were outraged after not receiving cancellation notices until they had already arrived at the airport. American Airlines apologized to passengers, but they aren't the only ones experiencing these issues. Many other airlines have had a staggering number of cancellations in the previous months. This is especially concerning to passengers who will be traveling during the upcoming holiday season. Airlines claim to be resolving these issues by reviewing scheduling and hiring more staff. This past October, the Maybe Fitness Center hosted their monthly challenge. Each month, Campus Recreation Coordinator Anthony Finzo picks a physical challenge for students to participate in. Last month, the goal was to row 20,000 meters. Students could row in intervals or all in one sitting. Students can track their progress by marking down their accomplished distance on the leaderboard by the front desk. The Maybe Fitness Center owns 4 rowing machines that track time, distance, and calories.
So I try to pick things that are A, possible, B, that can be completed inside the facility. So we're not trying to make a challenge that's like for the hardest or the most fit of individuals, so something that people can finish. Rowing machine is a great full body workout without having to run, so there's no impact on the joints, there's no pressure to the low back. It's just a full body exercise with your arms, legs, and your core, and you can do it sitting down, so that's why we picked it.
The November Fitness Challenge is to complete 20 miles by walking, jogging, or running.
28-year-old singer Zayn Malik, formerly a part of the boy band One Direction, is now denying allegations that he harassed his ex-girlfriend and mother of his child, supermodel Gigi Hadid, as well as her mother, Yolanda Hadid. Malik has been accused of verbally harassing Gigi over the phone, pushing Yolanda into a dresser, and attempting to fight a security guard. He is facing 4 counts of harassment, 90 days probation per account, to which he pleads no contest. Malik has been fined over the incident and must attend an anger management class and have no contact with a security guard or Yolanda. If Malik meets all requirements, his probation has the potential to be terminated. Coming up next, information on Kobe Bryant's estate and how body armor plays a role in it.
And we hear from Mayan Boyd, a member of the community organization Pursuit. Stay tuned.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
About inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees?
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Every Monday, the Assemblies of God Theological Seminary has a special event. They host a student-led chapel and sermon by our very own evangel senior undergraduates and current graduate students. It starts off with a short word of prayer and student-led worship. This past Monday, Shonda's Wilcox, a graduate student of the seminary, led a chapel based on divinity. She talked about how we can have an intimate relationship with God as long as we have the longing to know Him and to dive deeper on our side of the relationship. The passage she based her sermon off of was Psalm 23. She referred to the relationship with God and man to that of a shepherd and a sheep. Jonathan Good, who is on the preaching team and an avid attendee of the Senior Preacher's Chapel, shared why he believes the chapels are so important.
I think they're important because it's one really good practice for people who are going into the ministry, able to just practice preparing a sermon and also doing it in front of people. And I think it's also important for us as students to hear from our peers and see what they're studying and what they're learning from their classes and what we can learn from that.
These chapels are a great way for Evangel students to get both another chapel credit and hear their fellow classmates speak. On Monday, Coca-Cola paid tribute to Kobe Bryant and his 2 NBA jersey numbers he wore during his career by purchasing 85% stake in Body Armor for $5.6 billion. Body Armor is currently the second leading brand in sports drinks, and co-founder Mike Repole credits the drink's success to Kobe Bryant and his belief in the company. In 2014, Bryant was the 3rd largest investor for Body Armor alongside other major athletes. According to the Wall Street Journal, $400 million will be made for Bryant's estate after selling the Body Armor stake. Today we have Mayan Boyd, who's going to tell us more about the community organization Pursuit right here at Evangel. Isn't that right, Libby?
Yes, it is, Gabby. Joining us today is Mayan Boyd. Mayan, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so you're involved in Pursuit. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, so Pursuit is an impact team, a part of Crosswalk, and it's a traveling ministry and creative arts team. And our members practice preaching and other creative arts.
Oh, wow. So how did you hear about Pursuit?
I originally heard it at the event fair that Evangel hosts every year.
All right, and what made you want to get involved?
I had, so a part of the creative arts team is spoken word, and I had done spoken word in high school and was looking for a way to do it in college.
How long have you been a part of this organization?
About 1.5 years, just since freshman year.
And so what do you think sets Pursuit apart from other organizations on campus?
I think the fellowship and intentionality in our group really sets it apart and makes it like a family.
Yes, and can you tell me what your favorite moment has been?
So a part of our group is that we travel, and last semester we were able to travel to Kansas City, and we were able to help our leader and his church and just really bond as a team and share our gifts and talents with the members of his church.
Yes, yes. And how long were you guys there?
We were there for about 2 days. It was a weekend trip.
Okay, so is this considered more of like a mission type group, or do you just do things on campus?
I would say it's more like a mission type group. We have reached out to churches in the local Springfield area and in Indiana, as well as Kansas City, and we're open to any church around America to just go and speak and pour our gifts and talents to bless those congregations.
Oh, wow. Do you go places very often?
Yes, they're very planned out trips. Typically, towards the early, like the first semester, it's more local-based trips and churches around Springfield, particularly youth groups. And then towards second semester, it's more traveling outside of Missouri or Springfield in general.
So do you guys have to use your own funds for these trips, or do you fundraise for them? Do you get grants?
Since it's a part of Crosswalk, then we receive some funds to help fund our trip. But other than that, it's on us to find a place to stay, and we travel with our own cars and things like that.
Oh, wow. And who started this organization?
This organization, it was when I joined. The team leads were Abram Bagunu and Hannah. Sorry, I'm blanking on her last name, but Abram and Hannah, they're the best team leads ever. They are, Hannah's graduating this semester and Abram graduated last semester, but they were two of the founding members of Pursuit.
Oh, wow. And what was their, I guess, dream for starting this?
So Pursuit, it comes from the parable in the Bible about the lost sheep. And one of the taglines is "for the one," and so Pursuit is just pursuing that one, that lost sheep who needs to return home.
Yes, wow, wow. And are there leadership opportunities now that they're graduating?
Yes, two of our members last year, Sharon and Marianne, have taken the spot of team leads this semester, so yeah.
Oh, wow. Does Pursuit have any activities on campus students can participate in? Do you guys meet often?
Yes, we meet quite often as a whole team, and then as individual creative arts and preaching teams to kind of grow those talents. At the moment, we don't have any activities planned, but we're hoping to get into a chapel service or two or host an event that will help bring the community.
Oh, wow. And can you tell me a little bit about these teams?
Yes, so our creative arts team, it originally was just spoken word, but we've kind of opened it up to include other talents. So right now, there's 2 spoken word members and 1 member who specializes in graphic design and wants to use art to help tell about Jesus that way. And then the preaching team has several members, and basically they focus on building short sermon and building their skills preaching-wise.
Oh, wow. And is there anything planned specifically for the rest of the semester?
Not that I know of, but really we're focusing on bonding as a team since we have new members, and just focusing on that family aspect so that when we do travel, we are able to just depend on each other and be there to help.
All right. Thank you so much, Mayan. Evangel students can join Pursuit by connecting with a member on campus. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Libby. So Summer, we just finished up with a freeze warning and we're preparing for the winter ahead. What can we expect next?
Well, although it is so cold today, it looks like we have a really nice week coming up, but I'll talk about it more in my full forecast. Stay with us.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family, and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
The Pacific Ocean is currently dealing with a major trash problem known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. More than 63,000 pounds of trash were collected by a crew designated to do their part in trying to get a handle on this issue, largely caused by debris from humans. Back in July, an attempt to stop and contain and collect the trash was made through a system by the name Ginny. Ginny is a system that works to trap garbage and is a half mile in length. Over a 12-week period, Ginny collected close to 20,000 pounds of debris. The waste that was brought in will be recycled. Summer, what's the forecast looking like for the rest of the week?
Thanks, guys. So it's going to be a nice rest of the week, but today it is cold. We see right now it is 32 degrees out there, and it is sunny, and although there are clouds, those are going to be staying around for the rest of the day when we hit our high of only 52 degrees. The winds are going to be the same of about 5-6 miles per hour. Later tonight, our low is going to be 33 degrees, and the clouds are going to clear up. It is going to be a clear, beautiful night. We see that we are below average for what the temperatures are this time of the year by about 10 degrees, which is why we feel like it's so cold today. Usually it's about that 62 degrees with our high of only 52, 53. And a reminder that we keep losing sunlight, so get out there and enjoy the sun while you can. There is this storm that is stretching across the East Coast right now, this band that's moving that way. We see for the Midwest, it is mostly clear. We have this frost freeze warning, which is what we see over the Midwest at the moment. And then we have Hurricane Wanda, who is out here. It doesn't look like it's anything the East Coast is going to have to worry about for the time being. Unless she changes trajectory, they should be safe. A closer look at what that band looks like over in the Carolinas. It is moving up the East Coast at the time. Nothing too bad to worry about, but for the people that have already had so much rain, it's sort of just going to be a menace. The Midwest, though, looks like clear skies. There's nothing we are going to have to be worrying about for the next few days, and then there are a few rains up in the Washington, Oregon area. The highs in Missouri for today are about that mid to low 50s. We have 53 in Springfield, 53 in St. Louis, and 55 in Kansas City. So it is pretty cold across the board, below the average for this time of the year. We're in this high pressure front right now, which is why we have no major weather things happening for us. There's this high-low front that is moving this way, which might be affecting us in about a week, but nothing as of right now. And then this other low pressure front, high pressure front that will be following. So it should be pretty nice weather, although it is cold at the moment. Our 6-day forecast, Friday is still going to be relatively cold, but we see it's starting to pick up temperatures, which brings us to our weekend. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday are going to be nice, beautiful. Sunday and Monday having the chance of hitting the 70s for the high. It is going to be a nice, beautiful weekend, especially when we look at Tuesday, and although it's still warmer, it's going to start dipping down. And then that Wednesday and the next Thursday, there's about a 40% chance of scattered thunderstorms right now. Still don't know if that's going to come to be, but to get out there and enjoy this beautiful weekend while you can, because snow is around the corner. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Summer. Just around the corner, we'll have Ashlyn here with our latest sports news. Stay tuned.
My kids put skis on as they were learning to walk. I want my kids to be able to have those moments with their kids. Being a scientist, I'm worried about climate change in so many different ways for my kids. From the second you have a child, you want to do everything to protect them. I think our action on climate change is no different. It's just an extension of being a mom.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
This past Friday night in HTS Chapel, we had 4 cross-cultural speakers come share very special messages with us. Sheridan Durbin has the full story.
Special guest speaker, Reverend Severo Luawi, Dr. Tessie Oduwan-Ayo, Perry Fogg, and Reverend Sehi Duran all spoke over their own cultural experiences and their walk with Christ. After each speaker spoke their message, the worship team came up and sang popular worship songs in different languages that gave us more insight over the cultures these speakers came from. After the event, I met up with student Nathan Poppin to hear his take on the speakers. Here's what he had to say.
I really enjoyed the service on Friday night. I thought had fantastic speakers. They spoke in a short format, and I really enjoyed it. And in between each speaker, there was a phenomenal worship service, and I really enjoyed the evening.
Thank you to the group World Changers, students were able to come together and hear a different kind of perspective of God's Word. If you are looking to be a part of a group that is making this kind of impact on our campus, their next meeting will be November 11th at 8 p.m. in Joust West.
What an impactful event AGTS put on for World Changers Cross-Cultural Worship Night. For Newswatch Today, I'm Sheridan Durbin.
Thanks, Sheridan. Libby, I think it's really great that we are able to experience different cultures and just different languages right here on our very own campus. What do you think?
Yes, I think it's great that Evangel offers students this opportunity. Mm-hmm. And coming now is Ashlyn Reinhart with the latest in sports.
Thanks, Libby. Evangel Women's Soccer head coach Bruce Deaton revealed the November date for the Evangel Women's ID Camp. The one-day event will take place on Saturday, November 20th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Players will get to experience a day as a college player and be trained to learn the 4 pillars of soccer, including technical, tactical, physical, and psychological demands. Players interested must return their registration form along with a $50 registration fee before November 15th. Contact Deaton for more information. Kickapoo's high school standout Bella Fauntleroy is taking her Ozarks talent to Texas. The 4-star recruit committed to Baylor University on Tuesday. Fauntleroy averaged over 16 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals per game last season as a junior and earned All-State, All-District, and All-Conference first-team honors. She is ranked number 40 by ESPN in the class of 2022. Fauntleroy also made official visits to Arizona, Virginia Tech, Arkansas, Baylor, and Texas Tech before making her decision. And the first phase of renovations at Progressive Field in Cleveland began on Tuesday morning as a result of the baseball team's name change from Indians to Guardians. The giant Indian sign on the top of the scoreboard is coming down letter by letter and should be down by the end of this week. The Cleveland Guardians roller derby team filed a lawsuit against the franchise, claiming their rights were infringed upon during the trademark process. A spokesperson for the baseball team said they are not worried about any legal action. The sign is not the only long-term renovations taking place, as the team extended its lease with the city through at least 2036. The team is expected to receive nearly $500,000 for renovations, improvements, repairs, and maintenance. The team's first game on Progressive Field as Guardians will take place on March 31st, 2022 against the Kansas City Royals. And the Atlanta Braves celebrated its first World Series championship in over 20 years after a dominating 7-run win on Tuesday night over the Houston Astros. Braves right fielder Jorge Soler was named the series MVP and became just the second Cuban to win the award. He hit 3 home runs and 6 RBI in the 6-game series. The World Series MVP is the highest individual honor of Soler's MLB career. Soler played for the Royals for the first half of the season before being traded to the Braves. And Gabby and Livy, I'm excited to see how Soler impacts the league in the future.
Thanks, Ashlyn. What a great win for the Braves, and what a career Soler has had so far. Next up, we talk about Orange Beach lifeguards and how they made one women's vacation one to remember.
And after that, Summer is here with her final forecast. We'll be right back.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
An elderly woman had the time of her life after lifeguards made her beach dream a reality. 4 years ago, 95-year-old Dottie Schneider suffered a stroke and has been unable to walk since. She wanted to feel her toes in the sand one last time and decided to vacation in Orange Beach, Alabama with her daughter. After lifeguards witnessed Dottie and her daughter struggling to navigate Dottie's wheelchair through the sand, they offered their assistance. Lifeguards carried Dottie onto the beach and to a lounge chair where she was able to relax and enjoy the scenery. This treatment continued every day during Dottie's week-long vacation. Wow, I love that the lifeguards made her dream come true.
They made that so memorable for both her and her daughter. She'll never forget that.
Yeah. All right, Summer, what's our weather look like?
Well, it is cold today, and it's going to be cold tomorrow, but the weekend is going to pick up. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, temperatures are going to be nice, beautiful, with Sunday and Monday hitting the 70s. And then Tuesday, we start to see the decline, and then next Wednesday, there is a chance of rain. But you guys have a great weekend that you're going to want to get out and enjoy. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Summer. Well, Libby, what's your weekend looking like?
I think I'm going to a Razorbacks game. What about you?
Oh, whoopix we. I'm going to St. Louis for the weekend.
All right.
Well, I'm Gabby Matthews, and that's all for today.
And I'm Libby Lee. This has been Newswatch Today. Join us next week.